Hello, my beautiful internet friends. Is this on? Yes. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because I actually just got back from Eretz Yisrael last week, and it really got me thinking, being there for a full month, being immersed in a Torah environment, like at seminary, studying Torah from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, really got me thinking about the importance of environment and how susceptible we are to our environment as humans, and how fragile we are and how little control we have over our Yetzer Hara and our pride and our negative qualities, whatever they may be, evil that exists in the world. We're so fragile and susceptible to that. And so I wanted to make this video today all about ways that we can protect our internal environment. I think it's so important to just being there in Israel. I really noticed, like, how am I, and I'm not the only one. This is not unique to me. It's like, I'm a different person learning Torah all day, like studying Torah and then being in Eretz Yisrael, like the two together. My davening is better. My learning is better. I'm more connected to my soul. I have more faith in Hashem. I have more trust. I'm more relaxed. I can let go easier. I'm not as controlling. I know everything will work out. I'm just happier. Like, it's because being constantly immersed in Torah just gives you that reassurance that Hashem's taking care of everything, and that closeness and devekus with Hashem infiltrates your entire being. But how can we have that feeling even outside of yeshiva or seminary? How can we still maintain that closeness? Obviously, Hashem is everywhere, but we, I think, need to work really hard to give him a home where we are. And we need to protect ourselves. So today I wanted to share some of the ways, since coming back from Eretz Yisrael, that I am trying to protect myself from being susceptible to the GALUS environment in which I live. Just being outside of Israel, I'm living in New York. It's scary out there, right? So how can we protect ourselves and stay in that Torah mindset, right? In that expanded consciousness. So the first way that I'm doing this is by watching what I'm listening to. So important. Just simple, but important. What type of music are you listening to? Even if it doesn't have curse words. Like, I asked my teacher in seminary, because music is such a huge part of my life. I'm teaching singing lessons. So if you want to check more information out about that, just look in the description box below. But music is such a big part of my life. That doesn't mean that I need to expose my soul to all types of music. When I asked my teachers, they said, for sure you can't listen to music that has curse words in it. Okay, fine. But I realized myself, it's not even just that. Words that the exact thing my teacher said was, like, they give you the urge to sin. And it sounds like such a Christian concept, so I don't even like the word sin, but it gives you like an urge to just not have that truth, that purity, that holiness, right? Like, whatever it may be. Even if they're not outright curse words, everyone knows when it's like a song by Flo Rida that is like talking about something that's inciting you to see the world in a certain way and to perceive reality in a way that reality is actually not. I just want to live in reality. Like, I just want to live in reality. So I don't think that it's, for me, for example, everyone to their own level, and this is not like an everyday thing. This is just what I'm personally trying to do. I'm trying to think, does this song bring me more into reality or less into reality? You know what I mean? Is this giving me a false picture of reality? Is this song about throwing dollar bills at strippers in the club? Or is this song about, which is not my reality, like, at all? Or is this song about appreciating Hashem's world, or whatever it is? It's super hard, obviously. It's so hard. I don't even speak Hebrew, like conversational Hebrew, at all. So I like don't really even enjoy Jewish music right now that much, which is really hard and sad for me to admit. But it's something I'm working on, because I think music touches such a deep place in us, that we do need to be super careful about what ideas we allow into our psyche that can permeate our soul through song, right? It's really such a sensitive part of us, especially people who love music, and maybe you have like a creative artistic mindset and you're just so open to these ideas. Like, it's scary what you allow in. I've even heard people say you shouldn't listen to non-Jewish like artists. I don't know anything. I'm not here to give an opinion on that. but I just think that speaks to the power of how sensitive we really are. Okay, next. Trying to not watch movies and shows that are going to give me a false perception of reality, or even looking at things that aren't so kosher. What do I mean by this? Like, I think it's so easy to just, for example, let's take true crime, right? I like true crime sometimes, like podcasts or YouTube videos. But I feel like trying, I'm not saying this is perfect. This is just not this is every day. It's a struggle, right? But like trying to think about, is listening to this documentary about how someone got murdered, like gonna help me serve Hashem or hurt me? And this is so personal, you guys. Like, it cannot be overstated. I am not telling you instructions because everyone has to feel out for themselves. Maybe you're much more sensitive than I am and you would never dream of listening to something as barbaric as that, but maybe you struggle with even with other things. I don't know. It's to everyone themselves, right? But for me, I've been thinking about that. And also this carries into on the streets when I'm walking around. I'm trying not to look. I'm trying to just guard my eyes more in general, both on on the phone, like on social media. I am trying to limit seeing things on social media that is like celebrating partying, celebrating nudity, celebrating immodesty, drugs, alcohol, like things that don't really fit into the worldview that I'm trying to like lean into more of just Torah. So it's really hard because a lot of Instagram is influencers, and on the explore page, most of what I get suggested is just like beautiful influencers in bathing suits, and I'm just trying not to to get away from that. I just need it for my business. I don't really like social media, but that's hard. Also trying to not take advice. Oof, this is a biggie. On YouTube, a lot of times I get suggested videos about like self-development because I like talking about that stuff on my channel. But I'm trying to only listen to Jewish self-development like content. So not like taking everything into account because there's so much falsehood out there. Everyone likes self-development. If I look on my YouTube Explore page, I'm going to see this advice about this advice about that. How do I know what the truth is? It's just too confusing. It just is like mind-boggling and too confusing for me that I would like to filter everything out just to have Jewish ideas come to me. There's so much. Okay, except for like Tony Robbins. I feel like Tony Robbins is the exception with that. I've been really liking his stuff. But in general, like a lot of things that I'm seeing on YouTube, I think there's a time and a place for it. And I'm just trying not to take everyone's advice on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Basically, if you're like me and your algorithm is a lot about like how to do this better, how to do this and that, it can be so easy to just listen to everyone and think that they're an expert. But having gone to Israel and studied Torah, I've become so much more sensitive to the fact that the Torah is the instruction manual for life. And that is, wow, I sound so like robotic saying this, but basically I don't want to be given any ideas or teachings that are not in line with the Torah and that don't lead me where I want to go, right? So I'm trying so hard to maintain this because I know that it's going to get every day harder and every year weaker and weaker in me if I don't maintain it. Like, it's something, guarding yourself in 2025 from things on social media and on all types of media is like, if you're not going up, you're going down. There's no staying the same here because we're constantly being bombarded with new images that are inappropriate, false messages, just craziness. And a lot of it, I was talking to my friends and they were like, that's avodah zarah. For example, I have a lot of suggested videos about like some like law of attraction stuff or like astrology stuff, whatever it is, manifesting, whatever it is. And I think there's like, I'm trying really hard not to listen or watch any content like that because I just think it's like giving avodah zarah vibes. Like, I don't know if it is or what, but it doesn't help me see Hashem's sovereignty in the world, if that makes sense. Let me know if you relate to that in the comments. I feel like it probably is very relatable, but I know everyone has their own things that they're suggested on their social media pages. So let me know like what you are trying to avoid in the comments below. And lastly, I don't know. I'm trying not to look at people on the street. Like if they're dressed super inappropriately, which I live in Manhattan, so everyone is pretty much dressed crazy. But not crazy, I shouldn't say that. But everyone's dressed whatever. No, it's not the most modest city in the world. So I'm purposely trying to just keep my eyes like a little more, in front of me rather than zooming around everywhere with my eyes. Not that makes like a big difference. I'm not really extreme with that. Like whatever, like I live my life. I'm not perfect with that. I don't try that hard. But if it's like, okay, a girl's walking in yoga pants right in front of me at the gym and she's like doing squats, I'm like trying not to look, right? Like more than I was before. I was always trying not to look because of like privacy and respect for people. But now I feel like I'm trying really hard, like do not look, because I'm so aware that if I look, it's damaging my soul. Like it's hurting me. You know what I mean? Not even talking about her. No disrespect or shame to her at all, but it's hurting me. So those are some of the things I'm doing to protect this inner world and be more conscious of what I let in and what I let out. Oh, why did I not mention this before? Making sure that you're hanging out with people and spending time with people who are reminding you of, how do I say this in a way that doesn't sound so cheesy? Hashem's goodness in the world and Hashem's sovereignty in the world. Like people who inspire your emunah and bitachon. I feel like it's so important to make sure you're spending time with them and not people who do the opposite. I've been way more conscious of this, like who I engaging with, and are they helping me or hurting my service Hashem? I know that can be like kind of a slippery slope because you don't want to be not being generous and giving of your time and of yourself to other people. So it's definitely a balance that I'm trying to find right now, but maybe it's something to take into consideration. Like, are the people that you're hanging out with or that you're inviting for Shabbos, or that you're, whatever, you should invite anyone who needs a meal for Shabbos, but like, you know what I'm saying? Are you spending your time doing things that are with people that are going to help your avodas Hashem, propel you forward, or just make you stagnant, or God forbid, the opposite? So those are some of what I'm doing. Please let me know if this resonates with you or not, and let me know what you want to see in my next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.